welcome back to Digging Hand Metal Detecting. I'm out on one of the huge fields that I've got on my original permission. I found a coin spill, silver coins, sort of George 5th, 6th, I think they were, up the other end of this field. Literally, it's half a mile long from this end to the other. And although I've actually on the rest of the permission, they've actually been ploughing up the fields and sort of cultivating them. And I'd already planned to come here, so I thought, no, I'm going to stick with my guns and I'm coming here. This is the plan for the day. I've had some nice bits off here. I've had hammers, I've had the odd Roman, a little bit of medieval sort of strap ends, things like that. So there is some nice stuff here. There is some nice bits, and it's a beautiful, beautiful place here. So yeah, couldn't resist. It's just, yeah, absolutely stunning. Very peaceful, sort of stuck in the middle of nowhere, this. So yeah, we'll have a go at this. It's slightly, well, it's not too long actually, it's not too bad. It's wildflower. It was wildflower last year, but I think he's cut this. I think it's been topped, to be honest. So I've got the Manticore, obviously. I've got the 15-inch coil on. I thought we'd go for the big coil today, and I've even bought the MOTLEY spade. So I thought I'd give that a go, because this is quite soft ground on, or was. Hopefully I've made the right decision there. But yeah, I've got the MOTLEY spade. I thought I'd give that a little run today. But yeah, let's get out there. Let's go crack on and see what we can find today. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. It's going to be about 20 degrees-ish. It was about 22 yesterday, so it's going to be a hot one. But yeah, let's crack on. I can't wait to get out there. I haven't been on this one for a little while now, so yeah, we'll see what we can find. I'll see you on that first one. This end of the field is a little trashy, so I'm going to expect to find a lot of signals down here that are not very good. Lots of rubbish. Yeah, I've been looking forward to getting on this field. It's been a little while, so, and like I say, it's just a beautiful, peaceful place here. Birds are always singing. Right next to it, a really old bit of waste sort of ground that's just sort of heathland. So I am, for those of you that like to pick on me for walking too fast, I am walking fast on this bit. I'm not really taking my time much because I know that's trashy. Just trying to skip past this corner of the field, really, if I'm honest, because it's yeah, quite often full of rubbish. So, but we'll try. We'll see what we can find. See that first signal, that'd be nice. And there's one. Quite a tight little signal, but it's a bit of a blur. 50s. Got to get used to the MOTLEY spade again. I reckon this is probably a bit of a can or something, more than likely. Beautiful soft ground. Perfect spade for the job. So it's out. It's a 49 and it's tightened up on the 2D screen there, so probably a can there. Yeah. Bit of aluminium, that's what I thought. Some sort of, yes, some sort of cap off of something, is it? Definitely alley though, yeah, very bendy and light. Yeah, like I say, full of trash up this end. I think I'll turn you off and we'll go a bit further up. Well, so far it's been shotty ends pretty much and a couple of buttons. I haven't really had much, but I've sort of got away from that trashier area. And I've got a lovely 62 63 just here. I'm hoping for a coin. And it seems like it's out just on the edge of the hole there. Probably not a coin. Oh, but it is looking like a button. Oh, we might have ourselves a bit of button porn here, guys. That looks like a military button. And a general service one at that. A little bit squashed on the face there, but it has got the shank and everything. There is quite a few buttons on this field, and I've found some of my nicest ones on here, so. But yeah, whoa, look at that. Shining and everything. I think we'll look at that one at the roundup, but that's an absolute beauty. Yeah, a bit of a general service button there. Would have been lovely brass, bright brass. But yeah, lovely. First sort of decent find of the day, that. Let's carry on, see what else we can find. So for you guys that subscribed to the channel after the last video, thank you so much. You managed to get me over 9,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I'm gonna do a big giveaway at 10,000, I'm hoping. So I'll yeah, should be a decent, really good giveaway. And also I've got a little bet on with Luke from Swing and Dig Detectorist. I'm not going to tell you what I have to do or what he has to do at the end of it, but if I don't make 10,000 subscribers by the 30th of June, then the bet is on, and one of us is going to have to pay the consequences. So please get me to 10,000 subscribers before the 30th of June. That would make my year. And yeah, Luke's going to have to do something that, well, he does want to do it, really. I'm surprised he hasn't made one for himself already, but I'm not going to say any more. But yeah, 30th of June at 10 PM, I have to have got to 10,000 subscribers. So that's a couple of months away. But yeah, so if you haven't subscribed, if you could hit that button for me and get me there, that would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, like I say, big giveaway coming up for 10,000 subscribers. You never thought it'd get this far, really didn't. It's crazy. But yeah, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Also, don't forget we're sponsored by Dragon Detecting. If you want to get yourself any detecting equipment, anything at all, just go on over to Dragon Detecting and use my code DIGGERD10. Also, there is now on the Dragon website lots of Digger Dan merch, so you can get yourself hoodies, t-shirts, caps, beanies, bobble hats, all that kind of thing, and there's lots more coming up as well, going to be added. So if you want any of the Digger Dan merch, go to Dragon Detect and get yourself some hoodies or t-shirts. Some t-shirts probably for the summer weather. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Well, this one, no way I was going to film it in the ground. It was almost iffy enough to be a shotty end. That's exactly what I thought it was. Out of the ground, totally different. And this is just beautiful, actually. Wasn't expecting it at all. Like I said, I thought it was going to be a shotty end, but it's not. Let me turn round into the sunlight for you. It's a beautiful, beautiful Tudor button. Look at that. Now, I haven't cleaned it up in any way at all yet, but I'm trying to get the focus right there. It's just got to be the right distance from the camera here. But that is absolutely spectacular. Shank and everything. What I think I'll do is I'll give it a little clean up and then I'll come back to you as well, because that is just stunning. It looks like it's absolutely beautiful. I don't know if that's completely hollow, like open works, possibly. Almost looks like it could be, doesn't it? Let's give it a clean up and I'll come straight back to you. Beautiful. Well guys, I think I'm about to win the button pawn competition for this month for April on the Facebook page, because that is just beautiful. I didn't even realise it was open works like that. I tell you what, let's put that down there for a second. Oh, give the old knees a rub. That is beautiful. What a button. That is bronze. Beautiful big shank on it. All open works. What a beautiful little find. Now, I know we shouldn't get that excited about buttons, but that is just spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. There we go. Look at that. What a beauty. You know what? If you could find little buttons like that all day long, I'd be mega happy. That is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful stuff. Whoa. Pretty solid 49 that. Could either be a could well be a shotty end, actually. I've had a few of those, but also could be a big button again, maybe. It's a little bit deeper. I don't know if I'm just moving it around. The soil is so soft, it's just like sand basically here. It's just, it's a little deeper, I think. Yeah, it's fairly well down there. In about 8 inches already, and I'm not at it. There we are. Must have been about 9 inches down that, I think. There we go. What we got there? Just a piece of lead this time. First bit of lead of the day. Haven't had any so far, so we'll take some lead and put that in the pot in the scrap. Beautiful. Beautiful 47, 48, 49. Crystal clear that. Potentially a coin, that smallish coin maybe. Of course, I'm always only guessing. It could be anything really. This field does throw up some surprises sometimes. Or it could be another button. Yes, it is. It's another. Tell you what. This I said about this field throwing up some of the nicest buttons I've ever found. It's because of the sandy soil. It just preserves everything here. But that is another beautiful, beautiful little general service button. Quite a small one. Try and get some of that dirt out of there, but that is just so beautifully preserved. You know what, I'm going to throw you on the other camera for that. That is just perfect, like at the day it was dropped, apart from the patina. Still got the shank. These are often, very often, just broken to bits, but that is just pristine. Let's have a little look at that. They just don't come up better than that, I don't think. That's just absolutely, that's what, without even cleaning it. I mean, I've only just given it a light brush, but that is just absolutely stunning. Another general service button there. Like I say, full shank, everything. It's just complete.
not even knocked about at all. Like I say, this soil here is just sand basically. It's near enough just so soft. But yeah, what a beauty. Absolutely lovely. If I go today and all I find is nice buttons, I'm going to be a happy man. That's a cracker. '80s signal here, 87, 89. That's quite a big signal, that. More likely to be trash than anything good, but you never know. I think that's a shotty end actually. That's a big signal for a shotty end, you little beggar. Well, we had a 60s here, guys, and look, it's our first coin of the day, and it looks like 1916, the George V. What was it, a 1 penny? Oh, half penny. George V half penny, I think. George V or 6th. George V half penny. It's good to see that there is still coins up here, sort of big signals like that. I've obviously missed a few. I haven't covered, this is a huge field, so, but it's good to find those big signals still, isn't it? But yeah, that's pretty good condition George V coin, that. Britannia there. Yeah, 1916. Absolutely beautiful. First coin of the day, we'll take that. '60s, well, late 60s here. 69, 70. Won't put the sound on because I'm quite near getting towards some houses now. There's people gardening and things like that, so I don't want to disturb them if we can help it. This might be trash, this one. I'm not 100% sure, but it's out. Yeah, looks like we might have some bit of junk, bit of aluminium tubing of some kind. Yeah, never mind. Right guys, well I just had about a sort of 22, 23 just here, and I've had a bit of a clean up of this because I wasn't actually sure, but I think that's a little rose farthing. I think that's a Charles. I can see C-A-R-O, Carod it says there, doesn't it? I think that's Charles. I'm pretty sure that's a little round rose farthing. I think when I wet it, can't see it quite so well now. I think if you just make out, there's a crown there. Yeah, there is a crown with a little sort of crossy type thing through it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Shame it's bent in half like that, but not a lot I can do about that because it'll snap if I try and bend it back. Copper doesn't bend so easily, so. But yeah, I would have said that is a Charles farthing, a little rose farthing. Absolutely brilliant. I know there's hammards here. I have had hammards off this field. Not very many, but there have been some come up off here, so there we go. We've got a little hammered copper hammered coin. Absolutely brilliant. Again, another very small iffy signal. I tell you what, this big coil's got no trouble finding the iffy small stuff. And this has got a bit of it's very tiny. It's got a bit of a medieval look to it to me. A little bit of a pattern on there. Kind of like a little heart-shaped, just seeing there, I think it's like a little stud. I'd say it's like a little leather mount type thing. but there is a detail on there. Not very obvious, but it is. You can get it in the better light. There we go. Just about see the little pattern on there now. But yeah, I'd say that was kind of like a little leathery decoration. That is absolutely tiny again. This coil does shock me how small it can go, you know, how much the tiny things that it can find. And also the depth, you know, bigger items, small items at depth. It's just a good all-rounder, really. Perfect for this. It's definitely a bit shorter up here. I'll get a better swing. But yeah, nice little find. I think leather mount or decoration. '60s, '70s again. Even jumping up to the '80s at some points. But in this area up here, I've been over it quite well, so a big signal like that, I'm not far away really from where that silver coin spill was. I think this one's going to be trash though. It's always my luck when I get a nice big signal, I think I'll film that. It turns out to be trash. Next one will be a coin, but I won't film it. The fact that I was slightly missing it in the side of the hole here, probably more likely to be trash than anything else, but it's out. No, could well be a coin that. It's either a coin or a button. I think that's a coin. It's very thin. A bit of an older one, I think. That's a George. I believe a George's second. You just see the 1, 2 here. There we go. I didn't think that was going to be a coin. It was slightly iffy. Got lots of white stuff stuck to it. Let's give it a little spray up. I know you can't see a lot on this camera, but there's not a great deal of detail on it anyway, so I think we'll end up saving it to the roundup. But I believe it's George II. Pretty sure. We'll give it a clean up now. It'll save cleaning it up at the roundup. Give it a little cloth rub and I can tell you a bit more, hopefully. Like I say, I don't think we'll go to the other camera because it's pretty toasted and smooth. We've got enough detail there. Oh, there is. I can just make out a bit of a bust. Let me just have a little look. But yeah, definitely a George. I don't know if you can see that. Just a 1, 2 here. George II. Nothing on the reverse. It's absolutely toasted. But there you are. George II. Probably a penny, I would have said. The size of that. There you go. Second coin of the day. Right, I'm right up close to where I found that coin spill now. And I've got a bit of an iffy one, but it's showing a 60, 50s, late 50s, 60. Have a look, see what it is. It's quite tough, some of this ground. It's the flowers rooted in well. Almost have to dig a plug in places. Sounds a bit better now. I can't tell whether it's out or not. Oh, there we go. What's that? What is that? Be quiet, you. What is that? Is it old, or is it not so old? Looks kinda not so old. Don't know if that bit there is hinged, whatever it is. Could be, I'll tell you what that is, I think. The hinge part of a nutcracker. Pretty sure that's what that is. There would have been another piece that would have been longer, obviously. But I think Looking at that, I think that's a nutcracker. Again, I think I'll chuck that in my pot and we'll have a look at that at the roundup, but don't know how old it would have been, but kind of looks, I can tell that looks kind of pewter actually. No detail on it, I don't think. But yeah, hinge there. I think nutcracker. We'll have a look at that at the roundup. It could be fairly old, that 1800s possibly. But there we go. Another big signal. I just had a 40s here and it was quite deep. It took some digging out. I've just pinpointed it. It was a bit iffy if I'm honest, but I've just got a little green edge sticking out here, look. Ah, it's a buckle. You know what, I thought that was a coin for a second. I thought I had a little greenie. It's not, it's a beautiful little spectacle buckle. Look at that. It was about a 44, that one. Something like that. There we go, beautiful little spectacle buckle. That's medieval. At least we're pulling some medievally bits up here, but I'm struggling. I'm struggling to resist that ploughed down the road. So I'm tempted. I might even wander off this field and drive to the other ones to have a little go on the ploughed stuff. Yeah, finds are few and far between. We've had some lovely stuff today, though, must admit. But it is a long walk around here, and it's a long walk back to the vehicle as well. So, yeah, I might make that walk now. We're about midday now, so. But beautiful, look at that. Lovely little spectacle buckle. I like to see them when they're quite crudely shaped like that. You know they're old. But yeah, that's going to be a sort of early medieval, I would have thought. I'll have a little look in my buckle book, I think, and just check that, but I think they're quite early. But yeah, beautiful little find. Fantastic stuff. Right, so I've moved on to the other part of the permission, and it's beautiful on here. It's been ploughed and rolled, I think. I'm not sure if it's been drilled or not, but this permission, they're not too bothered whether it's been drilled or not. I'll just swing until the crops are too long to swing on. But yeah, this one, I think Roman 2 and all of them have been done as well, but I don't know if they ploughed Roman 2. I think they just sort of cultivated it a bit. But medieval's been done as well. I don't know whether they've ploughed that. Well, they're now doing one of the other fields as well. It's in progress. It's actually happening right now. Can hear it in the background. I wonder what that noise was. So well, I think we'll have a go on this one anyway. We'll have a little try on here, and then if we don't have any luck on here, we'll go over to medieval field, I think. Have a little try on there. But we've had some nice finds already today. Let me just turn up the sensitivity a little bit. It was rather busy and noisy on that other field, so I had to lower the sensitivity to about 18 on there. Try it on 20. And this is freshly sort of ploughed as well, so not great, because you're going to get, there's a lot of air gaps, so. I find with this coil you need to lower the sensitivity a little bit, because it does cover a large area, so it lets a lot through.
but lowering the sensitivity doesn't affect the depth or anything like that. Bit of an irony one, that. Not the easiest to walk on either. There's going to be a bit of lead, I think. Go down to 19. We're getting a little bit of chirping. I'm going to get that anyway, but it just helps just to lower it, even by 1. Don't even need to dig for that one, I can see it, it's on the surface. It's just a piece of wire. Put it in the trash bag. Always take your rubbish with you, anything you find is trash. That way you won't find it again. Making a lot of noise, that tractor. Don't know what he's doing. Whether he's ploughing or... Sounds like it needs greasing up. Don't know how well you can hear that. Well, it's quiet so far. I'll carry on. Nice little 38 there, though. Just as I said it was quiet, I would have turned the camera off as well. Been typical, wouldn't it? It's just rubbish though. Yeah, just a bit of aluminium. We've had plenty of that today. Let's see what we can find on here. I just had one on the surface. It was about a 90, and it is actually a coin. Very small one, and it's totally toasted, so I'm guessing, only a guess, I'm gonna say it's like a George II, possibly maybe like a farthing. It's quite a small coin, so yeah, no detail on it whatsoever, unfortunately, but yeah, a coin. We'll take that. Right guys, well I have moved rather swiftly, onto the medieval field. That other field over there there's a lot, even the top end of this field, it just turns to clay, and it was so hard to walk on. It's like boulders, but this is a lot softer soil. Easier to walk on and easier to dig, to be fair. So we moved on to here, and I've just had a surface signal, and I've spotted it already. It's just laying right there, look, just in between all this dirt. And it's a part of a thimble. Not much left of it really. I thought it was one of those kind of thimbles that would miss in the top, but I think it's actually a broken one. But yeah, a little thimble. Quite often find them on here, which is nice. But yeah, we'll carry on, and hopefully we'll find some more. Not necessarily thimbles, but hopefully we'll find some more goodies. But yeah, nice little thimble there. Right guys, well I'm making my way back to my van, because I'm literally just having nothing at all. It's just gone blank. And if you are struggling this time of year, trust me, when it's like this and it's dry and the fields are being ploughed fresh, the air in the ground is just too much, and there is nothing. The only thing you're going to find, like me, is buttons and shotty ends. They seem to be all right, but everything else just seems to disappear for some reason. We need rain. and we need the ground to settle. But I'm on my way back, and I've got such an iffy signal anyway, but it's horrible, to be honest. It's all over the place. Every time I turn on it, it's different. It could be a coin on edge, I guess, but it doesn't sound good at all to me. In fact, it sounds absolutely awful. It even looks awful. Oh, that's hideous. It's going to be trash, but it's basically the only signal I've had in the whole afternoon, near enough. I've had a couple of buttons and that's about it. And oh my god, that's not a coin. It should not sound like that. That's oh, it's very broken, but that is the top of a crotal bell, actually. Missing the loop, and it's missing the bottom half of it, but oh well, I think we could probably end the day on that. Just try and gently pry some of that dirt out of it. Don't worry, it's well and truly broken anyway, so I'm not going to do it any harm. Yeah, I can't get that out, it's too solid. I might be able to get it out with my little swing and dig pick, maybe. Bear with me. Try this. There we go. Poke it through the holes there. But there we go, yeah, just a piece, a fragment of crotal bell. And like I say, I really wasn't expecting that. That was a hideous signal. Hideous. But there we are, yeah, piece of crotal bell to maybe end the day, but I'll swing back to the van and show you anything I find on the way. Well, that is it for the day, guys. Not been too bad. That wind is really blowing in my eyes sitting here. It's not been too bad of a day. It's absolutely stunning out here. It's been absolutely boiling. I'm sweating. I mean, I've been in a t-shirt all day long. It's been absolutely lovely. So summer's finally here, and the wind's probably going to give me hay fever, because that's what happens when the sun comes out. Well, for me anyway. But yeah, no, I haven't had a bad day at all. It's been hard work. I've had to walk a long way to get, you know, some good finds. And this part of the permission now has been ploughed. It's just gone silent, absolutely silent. But I think if you look back at my videos at this time of year, it turns like that every time, every year. And we'll be complaining that all we can find is buttons. For some reason, the buttons seem to stand out. You seem to find them no matter what. But yeah, I've done this many a times where I've said I'm just finding buttons and that's it, you know. And you get the odd find in between. But actually, no, I've done really well today. So let's have a turn around and have a look what we've found today, guys. So there we are, guys. Still a good amount of finds today, a real good pot full here, and a few coins to go with it. So actually, yeah, like I say, a real good day. And the button pawn, I tell you what, today the button pawn is just exceptional. We'll have a look at those. No, what a day, absolutely incredible day again. Look at the amount of buttons, and that's not even the half of them. There's a few up there, and I've chucked a load in my bag as well, because if they're a bit broken or missing the shanks, things like that, I just chuck them in the trash. But yeah, lots and lots of buttons today. I believe that is the hinge part of a nutcracker. That's what my guess is. I'm gonna say that's what that'll be. If it's not, and you know what it is, please let me know. But yeah, I think that's part of a nutcracker. Yeah, no idea on age. I don't think there's any other details on there. It's just, well, there is some. Does seem to be some sort of design, doesn't it? Can't really work it out. Yeah, it's got a design on there. I didn't see that before. Yeah, maybe a little clean up on that, and we'll see some more detail. But yeah, it does seem to have something on there. But I'm guessing, like I say, nutcracker is like the hinged end of a nutcracker. Wow,
What else have we got here? We have got, sorry, I was just thinking then, because there's the hinged end is actually the nut cracking end, isn't it? So this would have been the handle coming off this way, and there would have been another one, but you'd have put your nut in this end. So it's got those little teeth there, isn't it? Those little grippy nods there. But yeah, enough of nutcrackers. We just had that crotal bell up, or piece of. But yeah, shame I haven't found a whole one of those in a long while. But nice to see a little piece of one, isn't it? Sometimes they're still a cool little find. That beautiful spectacle buckle, and I do love finding those. They're brilliant. That looks pretty old to me, very crude looking. We've had a piece of thimble, just a fragment of one really. It's missing the complete top. Yeah, pretty bust up really, isn't it? But still, again, nice to find. We've got this little sort of leather decoration thingy. Not 100% sure on that, but I'd say it was some kind of little leathery sort of stud. Buttons, here we go guys, look at these, absolutely incredible. Couple of general service buttons here, got another one there. There seems to be a military theme today, because I had a navy, it looks like a naval one as well. Didn't film that one, but I thought I'd save it for you for the roundup. Yeah, not a lot in the back of that. But yeah, again, a beautiful button, well pronounced, isn't it? It sticks right out, that one, the design. Very sticky outy 3D style. But yeah, no, that's a pretty cool button, that, with the anchor on there. But I'm going to leave that. Because it's too much to look at. We'll leave it till the end. Coins wise today, we had a George V, halfpenny there, 1916. Pretty good condition, that one as well, actually. And I don't find much Georgian, so it's nice to find. We've done alright on Georgian today, because this is a George II. Like I say, there wasn't a lot of detail to show you earlier, so saved that to the roundup. But you can see the 2 there, 1, 2, so it's going to be a George II. And nothing on the reverse of that. And again, another completely toasted, very small coin. You can see that compared to a halfpenny. Quite a bit smaller. And I believe that's probably a farthing. I'm going to say George II again, looking at the age and thickness of it. And of course we had that little, I believe, a Charles, I would have said a Charles Rose Farthing, Charles I Rose Farthing. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. I can't really make out a lot of the detail, but I'm pretty sure which way up it is. I think it's that way. I'm pretty sure there's a crown there, like you get on the little rose farthings. Pretty sure that's what that is. C-A-R-O. We got Caro, so it's got to be Charles. Carols. Yeah, I'm guessing anyway. I'm pretty certain that's a rose farthing. But yeah, we've done all right on coins as well today. But star of the show, and this is just, it's outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Look at that for a button. What a thing. That is crazy. Beautiful, I believe, Tudor button. I'm going to actually look that up in my button book, because that is a once in a lifetime button. That I'm never ever going to find one like that again, am I? I very much doubt it. That is just beautiful. As far as buttons go, they don't come much better than that, I don't think. So I'm struggling to hold it. It's kind of rolling around in my hand. But yeah, beautiful find. And what a way to end the day, hey? Bit of button porn. Whoa, let's hold that up in the air. Look at that. Get some sunlight through there, look. Beautiful. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, as always guys, thank you very much for watching. Mega appreciated. Like I say, that 10k, when we hit that 10k, we're doing a big giveaway, so help me push it along and get to that 10k subscribers. Sorry about the road noise, I'm right next to a busy road.
But yeah, give us a push. Let's get to that 10k so we can do a massive giveaway. It's going to be a good one, trust me. But yeah, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. Yeah, very much appreciated. And I'll see you on the next one.